Chapter 14 Serenata 1980 The greatest way to live with honor in this world is to be what we pretend to be. Socrates. Toro, I think he's coming out. And wait, he's got a gun. I whispered in panic. What the hell you think you're doing, pendejos? Yelled Don Pelos, Red Lips' dad, holding his shotgun tightly. The old man was shaking with rage. A serenata? Are you bringing serenata to my daughters? I'll teach you, you mother effers. You don't bring serenata to my house. Not to my doorstep. Nobody disrespect me. Not like this. Pendejos. The old man must have been thinking this while walking rapidly towards the serenading Casanovas. Red Lips had warned me about not coming around her house because her ranchero dad was very territorial. Singing outside my window? She had asked. I would love that, but definitely not. My dad will kill you. I mean, he shoots at people just for looking at him the wrong way, let alone serenading his daughters. Don't, please don't. Don Pelos was a middle-aged ranchero. He was a hard-working man, a man of few words. He was the type of man that, like a territorial chupacabra, didn't like any males roaming around his house. He had to protect his beautiful wife and his beautiful daughters. He was the kind of man that would teach his kids to use guns and shoot as soon as they were able to walk. He was born and raised in the fields. And back in the day, he had made his fortune racing horses, gambling, and betting on gun shootouts. My suegro was the man. He was a man's man. The mariachi of the three guitars started to play under the moonlight. Bésame, bésame mucho, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame, bésame mucho. Red Lips had told me that she likes the Mexican classic Bésame Mucho, one of the most popular songs in the world, and the song of choice for young lovers trying to get into the hearts of their loved ones. Despite it all, I had taken a chance going to the Chupacabra's den. I was inspired by the Romeo and Juliet stories, in which people in love would die for an opportunity, just for one look, for just one kiss from their loved one. Love is the only reason people exist. Love is the ultimate motivator. Here I was, as a brave Romeo, singing outside Red Lips' house, singing right next to her bedroom window. The butterflies in my stomach tingled and traveled to each throbbing part of my raging being. I had heard of people saying that under the moon serenades were the most romantic thing a lover could do for the love of his life. Right now, though, the situation looked anything but romantic, especially when the first shot was fired. Boom! It didn't sound like a shotgun. It sounded like a cannon. Everybody was running. Toro! Toro! I looked back, finding myself alone. Don Pelos approaching rapidly. He's got a weapon! Run! He's got a gun! Screamed Toro, already driving away on his truck. Run, Elio, run! Culero, pinche Toro, culero. Look at him running. That's a way, not a toro, I thought while running down the street. Shots being fired and street dogs running after the singing Serenade Romeo team. Toro, the 18-year-old badass, was given that nickname because he was a jock, strong and sure of himself. He was loud and always backed it up. Everybody, The younger teens, anyway, looked up to him. But tonight, I realized that Toro was all horns and no balls. He ran. He had run. Toro had never ran before. Nobody with a badass reputation would ever do that. Not here. Being a stand-up guy was more valuable than money. Having balls of steel was more valuable than power. Huevos. That was the name of the game. Having balls was priceless. No, Dad, no, please. Red Lips was clinging on to her dad, pleading for him to stop shooting and chasing my friends and me. Fine, fine, Dad growled. I'll stop, but I'll shoot their asses if they come back. They better stay away, Don Pelos threatened. Earlier that night, Toro and my other friends had told me that they would go with me to give a serenade to Red Lips, but I was hesitant. I don't know, guys, I don't know. They say that Don Pelos has a short temper. He's got guns, rifles, shotguns and shit, I said. I was not sure about the idea. What, you scared? Toro mocked me. What's the old man gonna do? Is he gonna shoot us? I dare the mother effer. I double dare the mother effer. I'll bring my 45. We'll see if his balls are made of brass or grass. Elio, you do the singing, I do the swinging. I've got your back. Toro ended his boisterous speech. Wait for me, culeros, I screamed, still running after the moving truck. And although somebody has said that the angry dad was shooting in the air, I was zigzagging, running, ducking, rolling, dodging bullets. I could have sworn I felt the violent breeze of zooming shots passing by me. It felt so real. I was running and thinking that I was going to be shot in a second now. The laughter and cries of victory of my friends interrupted my thoughts when I finally jumped on the moving truck. Doing pranks and getting into dangerous situations like serenading badass rancheros' daughters was fun. This was exciting, for my friends and me anyway. We love to taunt and challenge anybody or anything that would give us a good time. Getting adrenaline high, Toro used to say, was better than drugs. However, this high was nothing more than fight or flight adrenaline. Adrenaline was a great drug. People from these lands, especially from Apatzingan, were known for doing this kind of stunts. Freeze story. I remember my history teacher talking about Los Tarascos, an indigenous tribe enemy of Los Aztecas, the prehistoric civilization that ruled Mexico in the 13th century until the Spaniards arrived. Los Tarascos were the only warriors that stopped the unstoppable Aztecs, said Mr. Cadena proudly. Los Tarascos stopped the Aztec Empire from expanding their territory into Michoacan. Was it the same as it is now, teacher? Said Chucho. What do you mean, Chucho? Mr. Cadena asked, interested. His teaching style was remarkable. He was able to teach complex historical lessons and make it meaningful and relevant. He taught it in a way that even uninvolved students understood. Well, mi tío says that la mafia michoacana has always fought off la mafia del Golfo. It sounds the same to me, doesn't it? Said Chucho, scratching his head. La Mafia Tarasca, later known as La Familia, and after a 2010 government arrangement, the new face of the Mafia changed names to Los Caballeros Templarios, or the Knights Templars. This Mafia defended and protected their Tarascan ancestry land, known as Michoacán. On the other side of the country, El Cartel del Golfo, previously known as El Cartel de Matamoros, had its grip on that part of Mexico. Yes, something like that, Chucho, said the teacher. In fact, the ancient people from the Gulf were the Olmecs, an empire that started some 1,000 years before Christ. Wow, I said, that's old. And the Tarascos, how long have they been around? Well, the oldest lithic evidence dates back to about 2,500 years before Christ, and radiocarbon dating puts people in the Tarascan region some 1,200 years before Christ. And according to modern history, Tarascans appeared in Mexico in 1200 after the death of Christ, answered Mr. Cadena. So the Olmecs fought the Tarascos? Asked Chucho. No, Chucho, smiled the teacher. The only people the Tarascos fought were the Aztecs. Only when the Aztecs tried to invade or regulate Tarascan territory. I wonder if the spirit of the ancient Tarascan ancestors was protecting the area of Michoacan, not only then, but also now, especially now. Michoacan and Mexico needed all the protection they could get. I thought of how brave warriors like my great-grandpa gave their lives to protect their beloved land. Is this why so many people get killed? I wonder. Well, my thoughts drifted again to my mom. She had protected me. She had risked her life protecting me over and over again. Back to my story. Throughout all of my childhood, I remembered how paranoid my mom, my uncle, and my family were about where I was, who my friends were, and who I hang out with, especially if they were strangers. Tonight was one of those many situations where I got in trouble. All the sheltered protection from my family, and here I was. Somebody, Don Pelos, had just shot at me. Well, maybe he just shot into the air, but he shot at us, I smiled. I relished coming out victorious from these kinds of battles, worthy of brave Tarascan warriors. Have another beer and stop bitching, Toro yelled at me. Stop bitching? Stop bitching? What are you talking about? You're the bitch. You ran and left me hanging, I screamed. Still feeling betrayed by Toro. Oh, come on. You never been shot at before? Toro mocked. You're not Toro anymore. Tonight you became a vaca. Mother effer, I said contemptuously, guzzling down a beer. I can't believe you left me. When I finally got home at the crack of dawn, my grandma was waiting. I stumbled through the living room, straight to the bathroom where the barfing began. Oh my God, mijo, what happened? Said Grandma. Oh, this? I looked at my ripped up pants and shirt. Oh, it's nothing, Grandma. We went for a little run after a nice serenade. Freeze the story. A couple of days after this incident, Goris, my friend, and I went to Mr. Amezcua, Obed's dad, to ask for a job. Obed and his dad had a big and successful grocery store. Since Goris and I did not have any skills, Mr. Amezcua said that we could work in the storeroom, organizing canned goods and doing the heavy lifting. So we did, for a couple of hours anyway. After that, we got the hang of it and started taking breaks every half hour. Our breaks looked something like this. Want another Coke? Goris would ask. Yeah, and hand me some of those crackers while you're at it, I would respond until, what the hell is this? Mr. Amezcua stormed into the storeroom. Oh my God, you little rascals! You eat more than an army of desperados, Mr. Amezcua screamed after he saw all of the open cans, empty cookie boxes, and ripped up cracker packets all over the floor. The place looked like a herd of hungry pigs had turned the place upside down. So Goris and I were fired. That was the shortest job I've ever had. Back to my story. Okay, what happened next? I'll tell you what happened next. I got myself a job as a milk delivery man. After hearing my failed serenade attempt, my friend Goris said that he had talked to El Guango, his brother, to hire me as a milk helper. El Guango had a milk delivery business. It worked like this. Guango would go to ranches and buy milk from rancheros. The rancheros would milk the cows and put the milk into metal milk jugs. Then the jugs would go onto Guango's 4-cylinder Nissan truck. After that, El Guango and his helpers, in this case Goris and I, would go to neighborhoods and ranches around Apatzingan and sell the milk there. So I got this milkman job so I could go outside Relip's house and deliver milk. Man, that did it. It was an awesome job. Not only did I make money, but I was also able to see and talk to my girlfriend. Not bad, eh?
Juan Colorado me llaman, soy señores de Michoacán. Y hasta los más salidones al mirarme muchos se van. Traigo mi cuerpo una silla que es de cuero, plata y marfil. Al ciento para que entre rendir, que viva mi tierra Michoacán y déme charanda para brindar, que Juan Colorado ya está aquí, montado en su cueco en huracán. Cuando me encuentro resuelto que de frente quiera pelear, con mi pistola y machete por mi suerte yo he de ganar. Que viva mi tierra Michoacán y déme charanda para brindar, que Juan Colorado ya se va, montado en su cuenco en huracán.